Well, we're joined by Marwan Bishara, Al Jazeera's senior political analyst from the United Nations. Well, that didn't take long. We're already from a new beginning to the nervous appeasement of Israel, the same old game. Or is that being unfair? It's just too early to make a judgment.
Well, it's 270 days late. As you know, Shihab, this administration said from the beginning that it will start from day one. Now we're 9 months later, and there is, of course, very little progress. Nothing of significance, at least in terms of that very particular demand that President Obama made from Cairo, and that Senator Mitchell has been speaking about, and that is freezing the settlements as a prelude, as a way to pave towards negotiations, if not a condition to start the negotiations as part of the international roadmap. Well, look, that didn't happen. And the American president and the Senator Mitchell, his special envoy, have tried to put a brave face on it. But I think, as all are convinced, there is little progress to claim today.
But you do wonder how President Obama could be sacrificing this particular point, given how much store he put on the emphatic statements he made about settlement building and so on, and given the number of instruments he has to play with to apply pressure on Israel to conform to international law and his own wishes. Why is he not using any of these methods, given how important it is for his credibility?
Look, this is probably the most important, I believe, the most central question of all questions, Shihab, the one you just put your finger on. The whole point that this building where I'm in, the United Nations Security Council, have been sidelined from the question of the Israeli occupation of Palestine, which is an occupation of the international community. Sidelined in favor of the U.S. It's because the major argument was that the U.S. is the one that has leverage with Israel. It's the one that could twist arms. And yes, it's the one that could pressure Israel into changing its position and compromising, at the end, ending its occupation of the Palestinian lands. Well, the United States hasn't done that for the last 16 years. It hasn't done that the last 9 months. And it seems this president, to give him the benefit of the doubt, we would go like this. It says, trust me, I'm not a sprint man, I'm a marathon man. And this is going to take for another perhaps 3-4 years, but I'm here and I'm committed. These are the people who will trust Obama, will probably shake their heads and say yes. But those who are suspicious of American policy and of its relationship with Israel are quite disappointed and are quite pessimistic.
But why should the Palestinians go along with another trust me? You know, give us a few more years and we'll sort this out. Isn't now then the time to say, forget this, one-state solution or something, but this isn't working?
Yes, I mean, they are, as Palestinians, they are probably capable of saying, you know what, let this process go, let the settlers increase to 1 million, and we live in one binational or one secular democratic state. But I don't expect that from the Palestinian National Authority, which lives off the peace process, which is the newborn of the peace process, and it's held hostage by that very process that created it. The PNA, the Palestinian National Authority, is a creation of this peace process. It's dependent on the peace process for its very livelihood. So I think President Abbas will continue with the same logic, which says, look, we will have to put our cards with the U.S., we will have to put our faith with the U.S., because the only party in this world capable of putting pressure on Israel is Washington, and hence this is the process that we can afford. Well, I'll tell you, it will depend on if the Palestinian people will follow on the footsteps of President Abbas or not. He is certainly losing popularity.
Al Jazeera senior political analyst Marwan Bishara. Thank you, Marwan.
Thank you.